The Speed Channel's look at the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee concludes with a road test by Racer Magazine's Paul Fanner.
Paul, welcome to Test Drive.
Thanks, Tom. It's great to be here.
Now, Jeep is distinctive in the SUV category largely because of its off-road heritage. How do you think the new Grand Cherokee adds to that heritage, and how does it interpret it?
First off, it looks like a Jeep. It's probably the most familiar grille and identity in off-roading. It probably defines off-roading.
Now, the Grand Cherokees have been very successful in the past. What are you expecting from the all-new one?
Well, first off, power. This has a Hemi, and I believe it's the most powerful engine that's ever been in a Jeep, and we both like power, don't we, Tom?
Yes, we do. We're power hungry.
Power hungry, that's us. And vehicle dynamics.
Well, that's enough talk. We're anxious to get your impressions. You grew up here in San Diego. Why don't you take it for a spin around La Jolla Shores?
Well, I'm ready to roll. Let's do it. Racer Magazine covers all forms of motorsport worldwide, and among these are off-road events, and that's probably where we'd find a Jeep. In addition, we cover things that are part of the racer lifestyle, and getting your race car to the racetrack is a very important part of that lifestyle. And this Grand Cherokee has a 7,200-pound towing capacity, which should put a smile on the face of a racer considering this as a primary vehicle. This car is quite intuitive to drive. It's also a lot of fun. Every now and again I have to get into the Hemi, and that feels great, absolutely great. Having this much power has a price, and that's with me really using the Hemi a lot to put a smile on my face, but that's something you're going to have to consider if you go with a Hemi option. There are a lot of winding roads here in La Jolla, and they've proved to be a perfect test of the Jeep short, long-arm suspension, which deals with what is probably the greatest criticism of an SUV is truck-like handling. This definitely doesn't behave like a truck. It makes short work of bumps, turn in and transition from pavement to asphalt, crown roads, everything you deal with without even noticing it. If you're like me and have children, you're probably interested in having a DVD system in your vehicle, and this one has a great unit. And if you've experienced one of these, if you've had kids that have watched them, you know they're the greatest things on the face of the earth. It makes driving pleasurable again. Well, there are two things about this vehicle I think I wouldn't do without. One of them is a nav system, I seem to be very good at getting lost. I do it just about every day, and I wouldn't do it if I had this. And the other is the premium sound system by Boston Acoustics. It is simply fantastic. Well, I think, again, come back to value, and for a vehicle with the base price somewhere in the $26,000 range, and value remains very much at the forefront, especially with its competitors in the segment being the Ford Explorer and the Chevy Trailblazer. You get a lot of bang for your buck with this vehicle, and you get a lot of style, and I think you get that status that comes with being a Jeep.